In the dusty village of Akurity, where the morning sun kissed the red earth and the scent of roasted maize floated through the air, lived a young woman named Amarachi. She was the kind of woman that made strangers turn to look twice, not because she was loud or flamboyant, but because peace followed her like a loyal shadow. She possessed a beauty that radiated from within, the kind that even hardship could not dull. Amarachi was barely 20 when she married Obinna, her childhood friend turned lover. Their love was pure, untainted by the world's cruelty, and full of hope. Obinna was everything a woman could dream of, caring, hardworking, and devoted. He worked in the city as a civil engineer, sending money home and visiting every 2 weeks. Each time he came home, he treated Amarachi like a queen. Their love was the envy of many. Even the village elders would say, "This is a marriage that must have been written in heaven." But what no one foresaw was that Amarachi's greatest challenge would not come from poverty or distance, but from within the four walls of what was supposed to be her safe haven, her husband's family home. Obinna's mother, Mama Obi, had never truly accepted Amarachi. At first, she wore the mask of civility, smiling and pretending to care, but beneath that thin veil lay deep resentment. She had wanted Obinna to marry Kayamika, the daughter of her wealthy friend, a loud, extravagant young woman who flaunted her family's riches. Although Amarachi had all the virtues any mother would hope for in a daughter-in-law, she was not Mama Obi's choice. The hostility began subtly. At first, it was little things in the kitchen. "Why are you cooking the soup like that? That's not how Obinna likes it," Mama Obi would say, snatching the ladle from Amarachi's hand. Or she would loudly tell neighbors, "She lacks home training. If not for my son, who would marry her?" Amarachi endured it all in silence. She smiled through the insults, cooked for the entire household, fetched water from the stream, and swept the compound each morning before sunrise. She never told Obinna much because she didn't want to cause a rift between him and his mother. "She's old," Amarachi would tell herself. "Let me endure." When Amarachi discovered she was pregnant, her heart overflowed with joy. Obinna was ecstatic. He danced with her, lifted her off her feet, and kissed her growing belly during his visit. He brought fruits, prenatal vitamins, and baby clothes. "Our Ada is coming," he said with a wide grin, convinced it would be a girl. But for Mama Obi, the pregnancy felt like a victory for Amarachi, and she didn't like it. She believed Amarachi was using the child to secure her place in the family. That night, she cornered Amarachi in the kitchen and lashed out. "So you think you're clever? You want to trap my son with a pregnancy? Mama, I don't understand. Be quiet. That child inside you will not make you the mistress of this house. You will not know peace." From that point, things only got worse. Amarachi's food would mysteriously disappear. Her clothes were found torn. The verbal attacks became open threats. Then came the day everything changed. Obinna had just returned to the city. Amarachi, now 4 months pregnant, was sweeping the compound when Mama Obi approached her, arms folded, eyes blazing with resentment. "You won't even finish sweeping before you pack your things and leave." Amarachi looked up in confusion. "Mama, I said pack your things. You won't use pregnancy to tie down my son. Go give birth in your father's house. This is no longer your home. Mama, please." Obinna wouldn't want this, Obinna is not here. And even if he were, I built this house. You will leave today." Before Amarachi could respond, Mama Obi threw a basin of cold, dirty water on her in full view of the neighbors. She shouted, cursed, and hurled Amarachi's belongings into the courtyard. The neighbors watched, but no one stepped in. In that culture, a mother-in-law's word carried weight. Pregnant and barefoot, Amarachi picked up her scattered belongings and walked. Her tears mixed with the red dust of the village road. She walked the long path back to her father's house, heartbroken, humiliated, and shattered. Her parents were horrified when they saw her. Her father, a retired schoolteacher, was deeply wounded. Her mother wept throughout the night. But they embraced her with love. They gave her a room, nourished her, and took her to the local health center to ensure she and her baby were healthy. Weeks passed. Amarachi kept the truth from Obinna. Whenever he called, she came up with excuses. "Mama said I should stay with my parents for a while, she's renovating the house." Or, "The health center here is closer. It's more convenient for antenatal care." She didn't want to be the reason for division between her husband and his mother. But secrets have a way of revealing themselves. One Saturday afternoon, Obinna decided to visit home unexpectedly. He had taken leave to surprise his wife. He came bearing baby clothes, toys, and a brand new phone for her. His heart was full of excitement. But the moment he stepped into the compound, his world shifted. "Mama, where is Amarachi?" he asked, setting his bags down. "She left," Mama Obi said dismissively. "Left? Left for where?" "She went back to her father's house. I told her to leave. She was getting too arrogant. Just because she's pregnant, she now acts like she owns this house. I cannot tolerate her disrespect." Obinna stood there, stunned. "You sent my pregnant wife away?" "Yes. And I do not regret it." Obinna dropped the items he had brought and stormed out of the house, his face pale with rage. He didn't bother with his car. He ran, like a man possessed, all the way to Amarachi's village. By the time he arrived, dusk had settled, and his clothes were coated in dust. When Amarachi saw him at the gate, she froze. "Obinna," she whispered. He didn't say a word. He walked straight to her, knelt, and wrapped his arms around her belly. "My Ada. I'm so sorry." Tears streamed down his face. He wept for the moments he hadn't been there. For trusting blindly. For the pain she had endured. For the weight she carried alone. Her parents came out. There were raised voices, raw emotions, and eventually, understanding. That night, Obinna didn't return home. He stayed with Amarachi, sleeping on a mat beside her. He bathed her feet, cooked her meals, and sang lullabies to their unborn child. The next day, he called a lawyer. Within a week, he had rented a small apartment in the city and moved Amarachi there. He faced his mother with calm finality. "I will always love you, Mama. But I will not allow you to destroy my home. If you cannot love my wife, then you do not love me either." Mama Obi cried, but Obinna didn't look back. Months passed. Amarachi gave birth to a healthy, beautiful baby girl. They named her Chidibem, God is my guide. The years went by. Amarachi returned to school part-time and later started a catering business. Her food was exceptional, and soon, she was supplying meals to schools, offices, and clinics. Her life blossomed. Then came a day no one expected. Mama Obi fell ill. She was bedridden and frail. No one came to care for her. The neighbors whispered, "That is the woman who chased away her son's pregnant wife." Kayamaka, the woman Mama Obi once preferred, never visited. But Amarachi did. When she heard of Mama Obi's illness, she came with her daughter. She cooked for her, cleaned her room, and brought her medicine. The day Amarachi entered her sick room, Mama Obi wept uncontrollably. "I'm sorry. I was wrong," she whispered, voice trembling. Amarachi said nothing at first. She took a damp cloth and wiped the sweat from Mama Obi's forehead. "Get well soon, Mama," she said gently. Her kindness shattered Mama Obi. From that day, she begged Amarachi for forgiveness every time she saw her. When people asked Amarachi why she had forgiven so easily, she simply replied, "Bitterness is too heavy to carry. I carried it once, never again." Today, Amarachi is not just a wife or mother, she is a symbol of strength and grace. Her life tells a story of betrayal and heartbreak, but more importantly, it tells a story of resilience and forgiveness. And Mama Obi? She lived long enough to witness the woman she once despised become the daughter she never deserved.